Hello, friends. The river bends today, wider and deeper, as if echoing the world it once mirrored. A world no longer shaped by small clans, but by mighty realms. The Janapadas had rooted themselves, yes, but what came next was a surge of power, ambition, and complexity. The land cracked open, and out came the 16 Mahajanapadas, the great realms of ancient India. These were no longer loose tribal confederacies. These were territorial kingdoms and republics with organized armies, fortified capitals, growing cities, and a hunger to expand. Let's begin with the most relentless of them all, Magadha. Located in the fertile plains of modern-day Bihar, Magadha was blessed with iron-rich soil, thick forests, and strategic rivers like the Ganga and Sun. It had elephants for war, timber for chariots, and rulers who were more than just figureheads. They were strategists. Its early kings like Bimbisara and Ajatashatru would later transform Magadha into the heart of empire building. To its north, Kosala thrived, home to the city of Ayodhya, rich in culture and legacy. Kosala balanced tradition with innovation, often rivaling Magadha for dominance. The rivalry between the two would become the pulse of northern Indian politics. Travel west and you'd encounter Avanti, centered around Ujjaini, an early urban hub with trade routes stretching from the Himalayas to the Deccan. Avanti was a gateway, a cultural bridge, and a power not to be taken lightly. Then came Vatsa, with its capital at Kosambi, a city bustling with merchants, philosophers, and royal drama. Kashi, proud and ancient, struggled to hold its ground amidst rising neighbors. Mala, Chedi, Kuru, Panchala, Matsya, Ashmaka, Gandhara, Cambodia, Anga, Surasena, and Vaji each had their place in this grand map. Some were monarchies, ruled by kings whose thrones were guarded by tradition and sword. Others were different, governed by assemblies, councils, and elected leaders. Together, these 16 Mahajanapadas formed a complex political chessboard. There were alliances, betrayals, and conquests. Fortified cities sprang up. Roads were built to move armies and goods. Coins were minted. Spies whispered secrets across borders. Trade routes flourished, carrying not just spices and cloth, but also ideas on governance, faith, and freedom. The presence of these Mahajanapadas also signaled the urban shift of ancient India. Life was no longer only about pastures and rituals. It was now about cities with gates, markets, schools, palaces, and bustling diversity. The Vedic Age had started with wandering sages and sacred fires under the sky. Now it echoed through stone halls and public squares. But not all Mahajanapadas marched to the same beat. While monarchies like Magadha expanded through war and power, others believed in something radically different. Republics, places where decisions weren't made by one, but by many, where assemblies debated policy and leadership was earned, not inherited. Yes, even in the age of kings, voices of collective rule still rose. And next time, we'll listen to them.